Hmm. Hello everybody. So here we are back again, and we will still be working on Excalidraw project. The main focus is on getting it done and switch to something else as soon as possible. For that thing, of course, we will need to give it more time. So that is what I'm gonna be doing right here. And yeah, the first priority is going to be full stack, like working on the projects. Second one is the DevOps, of course. Third one is the Next.js that we were going through. Lastly, the fourth one is gonna be Python in case we get time at the end of the day, or if we get, otherwise okay, that is just optional. So this is how we are gonna be going on right now. Let me make sure that I'm audible. Yeah, I'm audible. So let's continue from here on. And what exactly what I want to do right now, that's pretty simple actually. Though I actually had a bug, so I will be actually working on that, and keeping in mind from now onwards I will keep the chats on almost all the time, so you guys can get in touch anytime. Okay, by the way, it's let's do one thing. And that's going to be this, and over here. By the way, I don't really need to do a lot of things. This is okay. And what was the thing that we were going through? That was something like this. It's pretty simple stuff, and that is as soon as I draw a pencil, just it happens only with the pencil, and I start drawing something else, the pencil just goes away. It just vanishes. So I need to just figure this thing out. And first of all, let me clean my database. This is the problem that I'm facing right now, and I hope I will be able to resolve this. First of all, let's draw something. So this is something. This is something that I have drawn, and if as soon as I start drawing the things, the first one goes away. So suppose reload the page. Come on, yeah, I need to get rid of this as well. Delete this, reload the page. Right now there is nothing. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, this is 6, whatever. If I just draw it, only 6 goes away. That is it. That is the problem. That is the thing that we have to fix. Why does the 6, that means the current drawing, that simply disappears? The current drawing simply disappears. If I reload the page, that comes back. That means that is getting saved in the DB. But 7, 8, and if I draw something again, 8 goes away. Okay, this is the issue that I'm facing. Let's check this thing out. Oh, okay, this thing is okay. I can do rather this thing. Just a minute. Let's keep it here, set it directly over here. And as for this thing, I will rather be using this. And let's start getting it connected. So what I want at the end is that and if I want to remove that, so I should be only removing this thing. Okay, that's done. Let's continue. So this is the problem that I'm facing right now. That means the last shape that I'm drawing, and this does not happen with the other thing. Suppose I draw the circle, and if I draw another rectangle again, the circle does not goes away. The only thing that goes away, that is the pencil thing. That means when I save the pencil data. Great. So first of all, we start making the shapes, right? Whenever pointer move happens, even at pointer down, over here, what I'm saying is that I'm actually pushing the data with the color, with the proper color. Thickness is also being set. That's great. And then I get the points back, and I get a pencil back. Ultimately, I'm pushing it to existing shapes. If that's triple equals to pencil, that is right, and this is working fine too. What is the next step? What is the next thing? And apart from this thing, we don't really need to worry about it. Anything, other things are completely okay. They are the way they should be. So we can get it off it. Then we start moving the mouse. When we start moving the mouse, we don't need to worry about this. We can even make it better, not a big problem. We actually we scale it. Even this is not a reply transform for previews. We are calculating width and height. And then when it comes to pencil, what we are doing, first of all, we get the last shape, existing shape, this dot existing shapes dot length -1. That's great. And once we got the last shape, we are checking whether that's equals to pencil or not. If that's equals to pencil, so last shape dot data dot points, we simply push x and y over there. That they are the end x and end y. That's great. And then we simply render the shape. Okay, that's good. What happens when I render the shape? When I render the shape, first of all, I clear the canvas. After that, okay, let's leave it for now. I just get the size, and I create a rectangle around that. The rectangle's color is black for now. Let's keep it white so that I can actually see. There. Okay, so I'm keeping it white for now. And let's check if that actually disappears or not. I cannot keep that white. It will look really bad. So I can keep it gray, type something F A let's give it this color. Reload the page. This has this color right now, really looking bad, I know. And if I just draw something like a 9 over here, I've drawn 9, and if I draw another shape, that 9 goes away. That means the color does not change, that completely disappears. Okay, as that completely disappears, but that does not mean that that hasn't been saved to DB. That has been saved to DB. Okay. Right, whenever mouse up happens, I save it to DB, then I'll get it back. Pen zoom, that's okay. Whenever I'm drawing pencil over here, so what I'm doing, I'm simply getting the points from shape.data, and once I got that, I'm simply drawing that. So once I'm drawing the strokes, so I'm simply getting the points x and y. Points dot length should be less than 0. That's okay. Round, that's fine. Begin path. I'm starting from 0th index and going till the last one, and simply adding the stroke. So it seems to be okay. Nothing seems off over here actually. ctx dot close path. It's perfectly fine. At least it looks perfectly fine. So if I am drawing something over here, like this line, if I draw a circle, that goes away. If I reload the page, that comes back. By the way, let's change the color. That looks terrible. As for the color, I'm gonna be keeping it. Stroke style is white. That's great. Render the shape. Let's keep it black for now. Ultimately, it does work the way I want, but the only thing is that disappears. Disappearing in the sense that does not exist in the existing array. The question is, if that does not exist in the existing array, so whenever mouse up happens, why does that get saved in the DB? Because whenever mouse up happens, I'm actually able to save that in the database. What am I doing over here whenever mouse up is happening? So first of all, I'm getting the shapes, right? So I have x. How am I calculating the shape? Pencil shape. this dot existing shapes dot pop. I'm just so I'm popping the value, but having said that, that should be fine. Pop simply removes the last value, removes the last element from an array and returns it. If the array is empty, undefined, returned and the array is not modified. So okay, if this does not exist, then this, and I think it simply returns the last value. That's right. So once I got the shape, shape will actually become equals to last shape. What am I doing over here? I need to save the value, and the value has been saved in the last index. That's right, and that's what I'm getting over here. Doing it, I'm actually removing it from there. That is true. So what is the problem? The problem is that when I get it from the database, that is not being re-rendered. Let's check it on message. What happens when I get a message from the socket? I'm checking it. What should I check? I'm checking the add shape thing. I added a shape in the backend. When I get the shape, I get the existing shape dot push dot shape, and I just simply render the data. Okay. When we save the data in the database, that is automatically sent here. Let's console log something over here, and that would be CLG CEIVED received shapes, and they are going to be equals to the this dot existing shapes. The problem is not that they are not getting saved in the DB, they are getting saved in the DB, just the last value I'm missing. So I'm simply logging that thing over here. Let's see it in action. Reload the page, draw a pencil, and this happens only with the pencil. As soon as I mouse up happen, data got saved. If I reload the page, data is still here. If I draw something else, that is still here. If I draw another one, it remains the same. That means if I draw the same types of things, it remains the same. If I draw this, the first one goes away. That is it, only the first one. Ultimately the last one. I drew something, like suppose this is the one. I received shapes, and the last one is the type pencil with these attributes. 94, room ID is 94, and thickness is 2. Okay, these are the points. Ultimately ID is 9A. I'm getting 4 shapes. As soon as I draw the circle, that is gone. I'm still getting just 5. Why? The shape that I was getting earlier with ID 7F, that is not present here. Where has that gone? Initially I got that. Okay. So this is the last shape that I saved. I got it, and when I just draw other shapes, I'm getting them. I'm not even getting them. Yeah, I'm getting them. it's increasing. Initially when I reloaded the page, so I had no shapes. Then I drew a shape, and that got automatically created. That should not be the case. Reload it. I selected it and I clicked here. Selected it and clicked here. The shape okay, seems to be fine. Let's draw a shape. That's gonna be pencil. Oh, the problem is this, that whenever I move my cursor like this, even at that time the values are being saved. I do not have to do that. When pointer down happens, when pointer down happens, at that time I'm setting the value of x and y by default. I do not have to do it. First of all, I want to check whether if it is not equals to select, then only I have to do it. So when it comes to setting these values, so I have to check if this dot selected tool, if that's not equals to what, if that's not equals to select, only then I have to set the values of start x and start y. Otherwise it should never start if that's equals to select. Just check this thing out. Reload the page. I have started from here, I have gone till here. If I select this, nothing happens. Now if I just start and do this, then it will happen. So ultimately this has been solved. Great. This was not a big bug, like not that much problematic, so that's okay, understandable. How about this bug? I'm able to draw. I got this. When I selected a rectangle, the previous one is gone and I just have the rectangle. When I selected another shape, I'm getting two shapes right now. But when it comes to pencil, the shape goes away. Reload it. And now when I refresh it, it comes back. That means the data gets saved in the DB. The data got saved in the DB. Okay. Why D? Once the data got sent in the DB, am I not sending it back from there? I am. WS backend / index.ts. Whenever I'm adding the shape, like I'm doing it here, so I get the room ID and shape ID. After that, I get the new shape, Prisma shape create. Okay, once I got the new shape, I'm just sending that shape. That is right, I'm sending back the new shape. That means that is being sent. Once that shape is sent, what is happening over here? Get messages. I get the shape. If that's equals to shape add, I simply push the shape to the existing shapes. So that shape has been pushed, and simply I say that received existing shapes. Initially I get it. The problem, when I redraw the shapes, that means when I suppose add anything, when mouse up happens over here, when I actually create the shape and save it to DB, what am I doing here? I create the shapes, what am I doing here? Auto this getting the index and by calculating height and width. Okay, because only no, it does not even happen here. It happens when I start moving the mouse. At that time, even not start moving the mouse, when I click, that's it. If I drew something, I hope that was by mistake or something, I'm not sure, but never mind. So let's empty the database, reload the page, and this time I drew the pencil. As soon as I simply selected this and clicked, it did not go away. I moved it, it went. So why, when I move the mouse, this thing happens. Okay, let's check the thing out. So whenever I move the mouse, this thing happens. So mouse move is here, mouse down, nothing happens. Great. Mouse move. When moving the mouse, what do I do? When moving the mouse, I actually render the shapes. That is right. How do I render the shape? This dot is click return, selected tool crosshair, do this, getting position, and then getting the start X, start Y, and getting this thing as well. Let's keep it at the top. So I'm getting start X, start Y, then I'm getting current coordinates. Once I got them, I'm getting the selected tool. Once I got the selected tool, I'm rendering the shape, and then I'm rendering the shape. Rendering the shape means I'm rendering all the shapes. That means even if I do not have this code from here till here, it should still behave the same. High probability. Let's check. By the way, I won't be able to draw it. Okay. I need to uncomment this. Is just this much. If I just comment this particular section from here, will this make any difference? Reload the page, draw the pencil, select another shape, draw that, that's gone. And mainly it happens when that gets re-rendered, but that previous one goes away. What am I doing here? This dot ctx black, and selected shape, selected id, selected color is equal to this dot selected color, this dot selected line thickness is equal to this. Stroke style, stroke width. Will this still happen if I remove it? And what happens when I draw pencil? Nothing. When I draw this, I'm not even setting the color. Hang on. Whenever you draw a pencil, you need to set the stroke color. Don't you think so? Yes. So why are not doing that here? This dot ctx dot stroke style, that's gonna be white. Can we check this thing out? Probably. But problem is not this. Problem is that previous shapes are getting disappeared. This is the current shape I'm drawing here. So this should be fine. The problem is in this for each loop. That this is the render. Okay, it's rendering. Should be fine. I drew this. I started drawing this. This goes away. What could be the solution to this? Reload the page. I don't have any other way. I'm just giving it to the AI to just know the reason behind it. Too much here. Let's give it one more try. Then of course AI is there to solve this issue. Like, why am I exactly facing this issue? The problem is that whenever mouse down happens, where is that? Whenever mouse move happens, at that time I am rendering the previous shapes. When I render the previous shapes, the last shape disappears, and it happens only with the pencil, not with the other tools. If I draw this, and if I draw another circle, the rectangle remains the same. But if I draw a pencil, and if I draw that, it goes away, vanishes. What could be the problem? Render shape does not work well. That means render shape is unable to render them. But whenever mouse up happens, I am calculating those values again. I am in fact getting my shape. If this is dragging and selected, then this. How am I getting the shape on that? Get the shape and delete from the existing shapes. Edit the shape. Okay, over here we are editing the shape. We are not worried about editing the shape. Then let's create a shape. We are creating the shape over here. We are getting the last shape. Last shape. Yes. And then once we got the last shape, we are actually sending it to the database and all. That means the shape is not even getting removed from the existing shapes. That is why I am able to save the data. Shape is not being removed from the existing shapes. I am actually able to get the data from the existing shapes and save it in the DB. That is also happening. The only problem is that when I draw, the previous one disappears. That does not mean that is gone from the existing shapes. That simply means that is just simply gone for now. So the error is somewhere here, not exactly nowhere. I started moving. Even let's log the values right now. When I clicked down, at that time CLG down, and what are the this dot existing shapes? What are the existing shapes right now? When I started moving, CLG move, and this dot existing shapes. These two things are here. I wanna check the shapes first. So let's first of all clear the database. Reload it right now. Open this and reload it again. And right now I'm getting none. When I'm moving, I'm getting none. When I clicked somewhere, down existing shapes are none. When I drew it, ultimately data is getting saved in one array only. So I have one array with lots of points. Data, there are lots of points inside there, around 651 points, and that's great. Reload it. Now if you click, you are getting that. You are getting the previous shape. Now if you try to draw another, now that does not goes away. Now does that? What was the problem? It's behaving uncontrollably. Simple thing, I drew the shape. I just have this. I have the shape only. When I started drawing this, and the thing is that if I just draw horizontal line, down becomes null, and then this. Wow. Reload it again. Something is happening here. I drew it. I got 3 shapes. Right. Then I started drawing this. Any circle, suppose rectangle. And when I clicked, I'm getting only one. Why? When I clicked, there is only one shape. That is insane. How is that even happening? There are 1, 2, 3 shapes. If I click, I'm getting 4 shapes. Why? Why am I even getting 4 shapes? Because if I reload the page, I just have 3. So I should be getting 3, but I'm getting 4. 2 are rect, 2 are pencil. 2 are rectangles and 2 are pencils. Okay, there are 2 rectangles. 2 rectangles are getting saved. How is that happening? Maybe the request is going twice. Let's check the rectangles. I drew it. Only one rectangle is there. Reload the page. Click. Only one rectangle is there. Again, draw the another rectangle. Reload the page. Right now there are only 2 rectangles. That means it's working expected. What the hell? Okay, I can't delete it like this. Never mind. I will simply delete from the DB. Done. Yo, install Linux, please. Yo, install Linux, please. Why do you want? I have Linux on my laptop, and over here I have a virtual machine and I have Kali Linux. By the way, why do you want Linux when I have Kali Linux? I have Linux Ubuntu on my laptop, but over here I have Kali Linux as virtual machines. Don't show the rain to a page. Okay. So do you want this? Oh, come on, yaar. The thing is that I'm stuck with a bug, and I don't know what's the reason behind that. I spent around half an hour again, and even earlier I was spending time. Could not figure it out. I will try some more time, and then after that I will take the help of AI and what. Hi. Hello. By the way, this is called Kali Linux, and it works fantastically. I like the interface of Kali Linux. It works really amazingly. Ls, you can just increase the things and all. Okay, so by the way, I don't really have many things over here. I have, I think, my VS Code, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, Kali Linux does the great job. Do I have VS Code? Yeah, I do have VS Code. I installed it once on Kali Linux too. But I was trying to run this particular thing, but it did not run over here. I have to still figure it out, the reason behind it. So I'm not using this as for now, but yeah, as for using, I do have it. Let's power off. You can power off from terminal as well, just this, and this will be powered off. Interesting stuff. So coming back to this, when I drew this shape, there was only one shape. If I reload the page, that is fine. If I clicked, I'm getting one shape. If I moved, I'm getting only one shape. But once I selected and once I clicked, I'm getting two shapes. I clicked. Why am I getting two shapes right now? Because I moved my mouse a bit too. So the first one is pencil, second one is rectangle. I reload the page. Well, the rectangle is not kind of visible, but yeah, I'm getting two shapes. Once I selected it and drew something, now I'm getting three shapes. And if I select this and draw, I'm getting two back. Ultimately, as soon as I started drawing something, the value got removed from the existing shapes. No, the value did not get removed from the existing shapes. But yeah, because I'm printing the existing shapes only, so the value did get removed from the existing shapes. And if I reload the page, I get that back. But if I just simply draw it like this and I start drawing a circle, I have 5 values and then I have 4. Good stuff. Why is the value of existing shape changing? And that too when mouse move happens. Pointer down, if that's equals to pencil, do this. If that's equals to select, do this. And this time that's equals to none. That is equals to pencil. Whenever pointer down happens, save this. Whenever pointer up happens, get this. Too much yaar. Control X, Control A, Control C. I'm done. I've given more than 1 hour to this bug only. Now my mind is gonna blast if I don't take the help. Okay. What's the problem with the pencil? If I draw pencil, the last drawn pencil disappears, but the data does get saved in DB. Finally, thankfully I have AI at least. I can give my all. What is the problem? I'm facing network issue or what? Yeah, let me try fix it. I'll be back. Alrighty, hello, I'm audible or not? Of course I must be, come on. Okay, let's go on. So the pencil stroke is being drawn exactly, but you are deleting it just before sending it to the server, so it never stays in the existing shapes on the client. Wow, when pop. I thought it would work. In pointer offender for the pencil tool. Pop removes the last major shape from the after the shape. That stroke is gone from the in-memory list, even though you send it over the socket and it gets stored in the DB. The distinction disappears. Do not pop the name it. I actually thought what I thought behind this thing. When I pointer up happens, then I'm actually popping it from there. Where is that? Pointer up, and when that's equals to pencil here, I'm popping the last index. So this dot existing shapes dot pop, what it does, it gives me the last indexage value and removes this from the existing shapes. I did this because once I save the DB to the database gives me the value back, and once I get the value back, and inside this here I'm getting the value back, and once I'm getting the value back, I'm just simply adding this thing. But it turns out that when I start moving, I don't get the value. Quite a tricky thing, really minor, subtle thing, I must say. I got the data, okay, when pointer up happened, I removed it, it went to the database sent me back, and that got displayed. Next time, whenever I started drawing a rectangle or any shape, the last value got removed again, and then that's gone. Over here, pointer up, I'm mainly doing it for pencil. Is that so? Okay, let's do one thing. Instead of popping it right now, if I just simply say this dot existing shapes dot length minus length minus 1. Right now I'm not removing it, and when I'm not removing it, it should be there. So too much stuff. Reload the page, delete the shapes, reload the page, and right now if I draw the pencil is drawn. If I draw any shape, let's see, this stage, this is not getting removed from there. But why are they getting 3 things saved? The first one with this much data, the second one is the pencil again with this much data. The pencil is getting saved twice. Yeah, that is right. The pencil, that is why I was popping it from there, because the data is also coming from the database, so there are gonna be 2 things, though there's only one of them will look to be there, but yeah, there are 2 things. So what is the solution to this thing? It will definitely happen. Then if I'm not popping it from there, 2 shapes are getting saved. Once I drew the pencil, 1 shape is there. As soon as I stopped, 2 shapes are there. 2 received shapes are there. What the hell? One of them does not have an ID, one of them does have an ID. That means if I reload the page, I should be able to select interesting stuff. Now I think it's turn to just create the ID on the client side and save it to DB, because if I'm actually creating the ID on the DB side, I'm having to face so many problems because of that thing only. Reload the page. Okay. Draw any shape. Just you get only one shape. Delete the shape. I can't even delete it like this. Delete the shape. Okay. Now reload the page. Draw the pencil. You get two pencils back. What is the difference? The first one does not have an ID. The second one has. The second one comes from the database. The first one directly gets saved. Okay. What I want? I want to remove the first one. So if I'm actually popping it here, and not only that, if I actually try to draw a rectangle, then what happens? Then the first one automatically gets removed. So ultimately right now I have 2. It does not get removed, but I am getting length 2, whereas I have 3 things. Why even this is happening in here? Now I'm getting 3. Over here I'm getting 3. So far I've been getting 2, but still in there I had 2. Received shape. Shape got received after some time or what? So the database is taking time to respond. Could be reload, delete it. Interesting stuff. Reload the page. What the hell? Prisma shaping occasion failed. It depends on one or more records that were injected but not found. No records. PNPM dev Docker, are you running? Docker, yes, yeah, database is running. There was some problem with the there is only one problem. That means I have to generate my ID on the client side itself, so that I do not face this issue. Right now the ID is automatically generated on the database side, and because of that thing I'm facing this issue. But let's see if I can fix it. Otherwise I already have a way. But before that I wanna give my all to fix this problem. Okay, draw a shape. What is this now? Never mind, delete it. Can't even delete it. I have these many shapes. They are not visible, but they are there. I have 2 shapes. What are their types? The type is the circle. What are the coordinates? The radius is 0. The circle is drawn, but the radius is 0. I have to stop it. Like if the radius is 0, I do not have to save the circles. So this is a to do. That let's keep it at the top. If a circle radius is 0, don't save it in DB first. Okay, this is the first one. This is how we find the bugs. There are many bugs in here. Unbelievable. But okay, never mind. Okay, let's draw the line. Let's draw the circle. I'm able to draw the circle enough. I had better just clean my data. Now I should continue. Now if I draw the circle, come on, y'all, just go away. This pop-up doesn't, really, this pop-up doesn't go away. Why? sometimes I hope you are, yeah, now that's gone. My PC is playing with me. I have drawn the circle. I have only one circle. That's great. I drew this. I have two of them right now. Initially I had two. As soon as mouse up happened, I got three. That is obviously. I received one more, so that's gonna be equals to 3. That is obvious. And one of them is without the ID, like this one is without the ID. What I want, this should also have the ID, but this does not have the ID. That is something problematic. Okay, but the problem is that when I used to pop over there, the last value was getting removed. Oh my god, seriously, how can I do it? When I was popping the value, where? When I was popping the value over here, while when pointer up happened, so at that time I was popping the value over here. I was popping it like I was removing the last index, and as soon as mouse is moving, the last index is the ID ultimately. Even, sorry, not this one. Even I'm getting 2 over here. That is insane. When the mouse is moving, at that time, what? Pointer up did not happen. That must not be getting saved. So just think like only this exists. So this is the last one. But when pointer up happened, not understandable. Even so many shapes are there. I'm able to draw the diagrams. That does not mean that program is working as expected. I'm able to see the diagrams. That's great. In a way, the problem is resolved. But the basic thing that shapes are not getting saved the way they should be saved, or they are getting saved twice. I drew this. I'm getting 2 shapes now. The first one without it, the second one with this. When I was moving, I had 2. When I received, I got 2. Let's make it smaller, like I don't want to have this much big shape with few values, like empty. This much should be enough. Not much. It started with 0. Good. Reload it. When I click down, I just got this. The last one, okay. If there are 2 values in the last one, I will be getting only 2 in here as well. It's like that. Even if there were nothing, there was like empty array initially, but as I have 2 values inside that, so that is why I'm getting in the previous one. So I can't believe in the data that I got previously. So let's focus on the current one. Received. So when I was moving, so there was only one value inside the array. When mouse up happened, there got 2 values. And the question is, when mouse up was happening, at that time I was popping the value, and once the value got popped, that means this value was getting removed and this value was getting set, right? So if it was actually happening like that, and now if I actually try to draw a rectangle, I have 2, that is obvious, and the third one I'm drawing right now. If I leave it, I have 3. What are they? First one is the without ID, second one is the pencil, third one is the rectangle. If I try to draw another shape like this one I have drawn, I've got 4 values. Initially I had 4 values, and then as soon as pointer up happened, I got 1 more. So the third one was without the ID, the fourth one is the with the ID. That is great. Are these things getting saved in the DB? Do I have 5 shapes? And it turns out that I do not have 5 shapes. I just have 3 shapes which actually have the IDs. That means the remaining ones are just in the existing shapes. That's right, because this one I actually created and then I sent to database. The shape got saved in the database. The shape got returned from the database with an ID, and that is why I'm getting this. So both of them are same. One is from database, another one is directly from the existing shape. Okay, good. What do I want? I want that this one should be removed. Okay. How can you remove it? The first way is that as soon as you get the data, but this is not gonna be the optimal way. Like I'm getting the data from the database, I'm checking whether the previous value is previous type is pencil or not, and I'm removing that. In some cases it will work, in some cases, in most of the cases it will not work. What if the previous value is different pencil? I'm deleting that, then that's gone. So that is not the great way. What is the next thing? When I'm sending the data to the database, at that time I'm removing it. I'm removing the previous, and that is what I was doing earlier. I was actually removing it, I was actually popping it. But the problem was that whenever I used to draw something, the another shape, that used to get removed. Why? This is fine right now, this works well. But the thing is that I am getting 2 shapes without any ID. The simple solution is create the ID on the client side, save it in the DB, problem is solved forever. But can we do it without that? So when mouse up happens, nothing is happening. Mouse up does not give me any problem. Only when mouse up happens, I'm actually sending the base to shape to the DB, and that is working fine. The question is, instead of using this, if I use const last shape is equal to this dot existing shapes dot, not dot, this dot existing shapes dot length -1, no sorry, not this one, just dot pop, it gives me the last index. Let's log the value of the last index as well. CLG last index is equal to not last value, actually, never mind, last shape, last shape. Let's check whether I actually get the last shape or not. Reload the page, draw the value, leave it, and you are getting the last one. What are you getting? You are getting typoip and all, but typoip sorry you are getting a shape without any ID. That is okay. And this is the last shape that you are getting. The last shape is actually getting removed. That means then you will not get that last shape here. And as soon as you start drawing something else, the previous ones gets removed. This was the problem. Why is that happening? The last shape was this. What the hell? Hey, I got it. I'm near the solution. Empty the DB for now. Reload the page. The shape is actually getting removed here. The shape that was the pencil type, that actually got removed again when I drew the another shape. Why? Come on, yeah. The data should be removed. I deleted it from the database, haven't I? Oh sorry, I'm not doing that. Right now that should be deleted. Reload the page. Okay, what is happening over here? that as soon as I drew this shape, there is only one shape. That's amazing. This shape I got, this was the last shape, and then I saved the same shape in the DB, but with an ID. I got an ID. That's amazing. When I am actually when I just select any circle, the shape got removed automatically. Amazing stuff. I just selected what? I just selected here. Let me do it again. I drew the pencil. I have 3 shapes. This was the last shape. Now I click anywhere, nothing happens. That is the last shape. But when I click on pencil, maybe, yeah, even when I clicked on pencil, the last shape that had the ID, that also got removed. When I'm clicking over there, great, at least I'm closer to that. One more time. The last shape is this. I clicked on something else, the last shape automatically got removed, and that is why that's not visible. The question is, why is that running? This only runs when selected tool is equal to pencil. That is right. When selected tool is equal to pencil, at that time it should run, and it is running. When I click on top bar, what is changing by clicking on the top bar? Let's go to the top bar. Where is that? Whenever I click on the top bar over here, whenever I click on any icon, what is happening over here? Whenever I click on any icon, I have the icon button. I'm selecting the selected tool. Whenever the selected tool changes, what happens? The page re-renders. Okay, let's see. Selected tool is equal to i.selected.id. Ultimately, I'm getting the new selected tool. Once the selected tool got changed, let's go to just canvas directly. So canvas is where? Canvas is here. I'm saving the selected tool here, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, here. So tools.selected tool, I'm saving it here. And as soon as selected tool changes, I'm changing the set tool of the canvas as well. So the canvas this.selected tool property changes. That's great. As soon as I click on the selected tool, maybe the page re-renders, and once the page re-renders, even when I click on pencil, it does behave the same way. When I clicked on pencil, it ran again because the selected type was pencil, so it ran again and it removed the value. Great. It runs only once. That means whenever I am clicking on any top bar, this particular code is running and this particular code is removing the value. Right. What could be the solution? Solution to this is that why is this even running? CLG pencil is drawing being drawn. Pencil is being drawn. This one should not run, but still this is running. Reload the page. Pencil is being drawn. Wow. And this thing is absolutely crazy. There are tons of errors. Earlier I did not have them. Then I started working on this infinite page thing, and then I got all these errors. How about this? If I click on, oh come on, I clicked on this, then this, I got that. Okay, it's time to switch back. Thank God I committed it before working on this particular functionality. I knew something would go wrong or the other. So git log. This was the log that I had earlier. Dev. What is the branch am I in right now? My current branch. That is the dev branch. Let's switch to that, commit to main, and then check the result, because until this point everything works great. Come on, and where is that? Here it is. Everything's functional. Copy it, Control C, and git what? Git checkout and this particular thing. I'm inside that. Great job. Now what? pnpm dev. Now I'm running the previous written code. Reload the page. Alright. This is the code that I wrote previously. Well, I still had this error. I never thought that I had this error, but I had back in time. My project was really simple. I still had this error in my code. That is crazy, but never mind. Let's delete everything from here. Reload the page. I hope I'm running the previous written code, not the current one. But I think I'm running the current one only. Let me even make sure that which code is being run. I'm in here. That means if I just close everything and if I open my canvas painter, this is the last shape that I git what branch. I have 3 here detached at this. Git checkout main. Please commit your changes. Yeah. Git checkout dev. Your branch is already up to date. Git log over here. Everything was fine. Okay, what do I need to do next? Let's commit the changes. That is git commit am I think am found bugs. Git logs, not logs, just git log. Git checkout okay, I'm here, and ultimately this time everything's been changed. That's great. So what I'm doing over here in point up handler, I'm still using that, but is that commented? Check that thing out. Okay, I'm still using the pop-up. This is my previous code that I had previously. The thing is that, am I going to get the same error that I've been getting with my new written code? This is the benefit of using this is the benefit of using Git version control system. You can roll back to the previous written code and check the things and all. and all. Reload the page. Okay. And guess what? I had this issue back in time then. Okay, this was the issue that I had. What is the next one? And I hope I'm running that. And I hope my previous written code is running, and I will only come to know when I don't see the logs, because I'm logging lots of values in my new code. So let's draw this pencil, and guess what? This is previous written code, and if I draw this, oh, so this is not something that is happening right now. It's been happening since the beginning. I never realized it. Wow. I actually thought that I made some changes because of infinite range functionality, and because of that thing I'm having to face this thing. It is not like that. This is something I've been facing since the beginning. The only thing could have been but I never felt that I had such problem in my code. Reload it. You get it back. What is the simplest solution to this problem? The simplest solution is to create the ID on the client side itself. Forget about everything else. Change the whole thing, whole database thing. Create the ID on client side. Send it back. So do not depend on the database and all. And that's what I'm gonna be doing. Enough of everything. The simplest solution. Not Docker PS. Git log. Git git check out dev. Okay, I'm on the dev branch, and what I want to do, simple, many things are going to be changed, and let's even take a break for 5 minutes or something. I'm gonna be generating the ID on the client side, then I will be saving that ID on the database side, so it should not be that much problematic thing. So this is what's gonna be happening right now. So let's see how it's gonna be going on. By the way, gonna be taking a break for 5 minutes and all.
Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight, we will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight, yeah. We are heroes tonight, we will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight, I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
That's good.
Alright everybody, so here we are back, and this is why we must take breaks. But I realized that the ID wasn't the problem. The thing is that uncontrollably running logic is the problem. So rather than actually changing the database and everything else right now, I have to figure out the reason behind it, like why that is running right now. So okay, I'm on in dev mode right now, and in dev mode what I should rather be focusing on, just a minute, let me collapse everything. Because even if I change the ID, the problem will still be there, and some things are actually functioning uncontrollably, like I don't seem to have any control over them, mainly because of the logic and all. So I had better fix that logic rather than going back and changing that, like the ID and all. Okay, how many things are there? Okay, now it seems to be all right. So what did I want? A simple thing is that whenever this pointer up happens, okay, whenever this pointer up happens, at that time what I'm doing, first of all I'm editing the shape over here, that's great. Then I'm actually creating the shape over here. Once I'm creating the shape, so this is where rect happens, this is where cycle takes place, pencil takes place over here, and then some line and ellipse and all. I had to mainly focus on pencil. Okay, when it comes to pencil, So what used to happen here, that it runs automatically. Selected tool triple equals to pencil, it just simply runs. Why? Even when this is pointer up handler, right? But whenever I click on any let's check that thing. Whenever I click on any top bar icon, still it runs, and it used to run. I'm not sure right now. And that thing is going to be LSP and PMDev. Let's see. Okay, we'll solve it. Not a big problem. So let's alert this thing. Alert pencil in pointer up handler. It runs. Or I can just log it, because I will have to close the alerts over and over. So let's simply log it right now. Reload the page. Okay, here we are. Right now, reload the page again, and if I click on this, on this, on this, on this, and on this, reload the page. I clicked on this. What is this behavior? I clicked on rectangle, and then I clicked on circle, and a rectangle got drawn. Why? When I clicked on rectangle, even I have to check this thing now, that when I'm clicking on the rectangle, am I indirectly triggering this point down handler? CLG point down handler, and this is the first one, and then point move handler. So CLG point move handler, something like this. Let's check this thing out now. Reload the page, or just go with this like this only. I clicked on this, nothing happened. Then I clicked on circle, and a rectangle got drawn. Reload the page. This even got saved. Okay, so pointer hand moved, it never moved, it never, like down event never triggered, up event never triggered, and without this the data actually got saved in the DB. So what am I doing? Reload the page. Go to this browser, or let's open another browser. Let's close this one altogether. Let's go to Chrome, something new. Localhost 3002. Let's sign up. Vipendra, and the password is going to be just password. Sign in. Oh, I have signed up. Okay, Vipendra, password, done. Let's go to room. room already existed. Let's join the room. Now let's even select that. What the hell? Reload the page. Console. If I click on circle, point. Wow. Point move handler. Really? Yeah, it gets triggered. And when I clicked on this, a circle got ready. What is the radius of the circle? That much only. Empty the database again. Let's click on this thing now. Click on rectangle. Reload the page first. Click on rectangle. Then click on the ellipse. That log rectangle got ready. Great stuff. Click on the circle, then click on the ellipse. That long circle got ready. Wow. Everything is getting drawn automatically. What is happening? When I click on something, this dot start value is already 0. And when I click on the other thing, what happens? Point move happens. Question is this: that point move is happening. If I am clicking outside, nothing is happening. If I am clicking inside it, it's being made automatically. That means when I click on these things, something is causing them to be drawn. So when I go to my top bar and I actually have a look, so what am I changing here? I have icons, I have these values. What am I doing? I am actually getting set selected tool. So ultimately I am selecting the value. What value is being selected? The value I click on. I am getting all the icons. If I click on that particular icon is selected and I am setting it there. That is great. Once that value is set, what is happening? Let's go to canvas. Once I have the selected value over here, once I got my selected value, I am passing it to canvas board. Selected value over here, and I am passing two things. I am passing selected tool and I am passing set selected tool. These two things I am passing here, and the same thing is being passed nowhere else. Okay, I don't need to worry about that. So ultimately it's being passed to the canvas board. And even before that, what I'm doing here, whenever the selected tool change, I'm calling canvas.painter set tool is equal to selected tool. That is completely fine. Set tool is a method that I created here, and it's simply changing this dot selected tool is equal to this. Great. And even when I'm getting it here, so I'm already setting that this dot selected tool is equal to selected tool, this dot set selected tool is equal to this. That means the value that was there by default, that came here as well by default. So if the value of set selected changes, that will be selected automatically and it will change this, right? So why do I even need this? I need this because I'm using this there, and that is why the value of this dot selected tool is changing. That is right. and so why do I need to set it over here, like select? Yeah, that is not needed. If I want, I can remove, because I'm directly setting it here, so I don't even need to set at the top. Got it. What is the next thing? As soon as this value got changed, the page re-renders, and once the page re-renders, at that time selected tool is equal to whatever you clicked on, and once that thing happens, I'm initializing it, rendering the shape and all, then something weird happens over here. Reload the page, moving the canvas like pointer, that is good. I clicked on this circle and clicked on the line in the circle got ready. The last value was that is why. So starting point is 0 0, ending point is where I clicked at the end. Okay, so I got the starting, I got the end. It got drawn. Interesting. You know what, I actually want to get this project done really quick, but it takes time. When you get stuck, you are stuck. Figure the reason out. So maybe I'm not that good at it, so I get stuck quite easily. Over the time I will be what can I do? And not even what can you do, what is happening here? Whenever you click on that thing changes, and whenever that thing changes, nothing as such happening here. Let's check out the init handlers. Pointer down, pointer up, pointer move, pointer wheel, pointer enter. Get socket messages, on messages. I have to remove this event as well, and I haven't removed this event. So whenever I get the messages, socket.on messages will get an event. And I have to remove this one too, this connection too. Take the help of AI, at least this thing I can ask. Do I have to destroy this to when canvas painter class gets destroyed? Something like that. Yes, you should destroy the socket listener as well when the canvas painter instance is destroyed, otherwise the callback will keep running and holding references to the old instance. So this is needed when you call destroy current data remove domain event listeners. Socket dot message, so this dot socket dot on message becomes null. If you have multiple listeners or share the socket between multiple components, a safer pattern is to store the handler and remove it explicitly. So handle socket messages event. If you have multiple listeners or share socket between multiple instances. Okay, no, I'm not doing that. This is gonna be for beta. This dot socket dot on message is equal to null whenever I'm destroying. This dot socket dot on message that's gonna be equals to null. One more thing, I have 4 values and init handlers, they are fine. One of them is the pointer vi. When I'm destroying that, I have to remove this. That will already exists. So pointer inter does not exist. So pointer inter, remove event listener, pointer inter, and this particular thing. Let's see. This same, still getting that. Not only this, we are actually making a call to DB, and that value is saved there. That means the value we try to save here, that actually got saved in DB. Here we go, automatically. This is something that's going completely out of my mind, that where am I actually saving the data? I'm saving the data when I click, not in the class painter, canvas painter. That thing is actually happening here. When click happens, this thing is done. Canvas painter, zoom in, zoom out. Zoom percentage changes. It takes X and Y. Okay, never mind. Top bar is here, and canvas mode is here. 0% here. Canvas input is here. Canvas context menu is here. So let's go to canvas board. There must be something called handle click, handle double click, handle click, and when I handle click, this thing is happening. So let's check this thing out. On handle click, what I'm getting, we are actually saving the data in the database, and the data is getting saved from this file. Okay, this much is clear, that we are adding the shape, but we are just adding shape text. If I actually have a look at my data over here, that is rectangular, that is not type text. That means once I got the input value, even if I'm saving the data here, but only type text data is being saved. This cannot be the problematic thing. Data cannot be saved from here ultimately. If data is not getting saved from here, then where is this actually getting saved from? I'm still getting this position. That means when I'm sending this, I need to change the position setting over here. Wherever I'm using position, I need to use world positions. That is right. So that means if I'm simply, I've drawn this circle, reload the page, it's like this. Reload the page. There's a lot in my code right now that is wrong, because I changed many things. Mainly I changed my position. I changed it from display position to the world position, and now wherever I'm using them, I'm using the world position. Even if when mouse wheel I'm moving the mouse, at that time I have to use mouse position, like world position. Am I doing that? Not doing that. I'm simply getting X and Y. Try this. Px and py const xy from to world x px py. This dot viewport dot origin x. This dot viewport dot origin y and scale. This dot viewport dot scale. It always keep increasing. Done. This is not just about CRUD operation, it's more about logic building. CRUD operation is easy, saving the data, getting it from the database, all these things are easy. The main thing is that the logic building, how you get the things connected and all. Don't know how long it's gonna take, right? Let's see what all it's going to be giving me. I'm simply asking it to just get it right, because I'm done trying, honestly. I will understand the code and all, because of course I have to rebuild it, so I will take care of it. Okay, now it will be done tomorrow. Done. I'll be going with my previous code. This is what AI has written. I will be looking at this, but at the end of the day, this was the code that I had previously. I will be going only with this code, and let's see what all I can improve. It's getting tricky for sure. The link for this one, I need to save the link so that I can actually get the things done, learn the stuff and go on like this. This is the link, by the way. Tomorrow with the help of this link I will simply be going ahead. I will simply be learning and all. For now it should be enough, but all we have done, we haven't done quite. What have I been busy building even? Yeah, I just started working on fixing the things, and this is how the fixing have been going on. Never mind, I'll get it right soon. That was it for now. Even I had some of the projects. Let's have a look at them. Notion, Excalidraw projects. He was the one. This was the guy who actually created just like Excalidraw. Repo, GitHub. Using Docker frontend, Docker file, WebSocket. Ultimately, he has uploaded it on his AWS instance. Okay, interesting. I'll have to learn from it. Don't really have any other way. What else can I do? Apps. WebSocket, sketch I draw. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be going through this thing and let's see how much we can do. At least for today I'm done. I've coded for around 4 hours, 4.5 an hour I can say. Just on a project. That should be enough. Now I'm gonna start learning something else. That was it for this one. It's been crazy stuff. I have to understand his code really well. I have to understand everything. Crazy stuff. How does he do? 157 commits and all. Okay, let's copy it and git clone Excalidraw. Set up the environment env example. Apps in let's even do this thing. ls cd ls sketch series github the spelling of sketch. S-K-E-T-C-H, that's what I was writing. S-K-E, not K-E. S-K-E-T-C-H, sketch. Draw. Sketch, draw. Getting it. Hello. Boost your mindset. How are you? It's time to do some new things. So far I've been busy with my own code. Now it's time to look at someone else's code and learn the things and all, and then do something new. What is the next thing? Do the breathing. Exit this, and this time go with this one. CD apps Excalidraw CP copy env to env. Okay, same here. Nice job, by the way. Docker composer code. Open this particular one. Let's do it. Okay, env file package db. What to do first in this code? ls pnpm install. I hope it's pnpm install. Okay, let's do some fun stuff. I'm thirsty. Don't have water nearby. Okay, how long will it take? Not long, should be done early. How about you guys? What are you guys busy doing nowadays? The ones who are actually right now online on YouTube. I'm just simply checking out this code written by somebody. This code looks really great, so there's a lot to learn from it. I was just working on my own Excalidraw, got some of the bugs and all, so just thought of going through other Excalidraw projects to just learn from them and then get the stuff done. When it comes to learning from them, that means of course I'll have to understand everything written there. So it's time to understand the repository written by others. For the first time I'm gonna do it. So far I've been just writing code on my own, and this time I am actually going to go through someone else's repository and I will have a look at that. I will have a look at everything. Wow, gonna be fun. It's like open source. First of all, go through the repository, check the things out, and then start contributing. Okay, I think it's gonna take time, so let's forget about that. Now I'll be coming live again, and during that live I'll simply be learning about DevOps. So this is how it's gonna be going on. I'll be calling it here, and as for this repository I will be going through it tomorrow, and we'll just explore the things, like how the things have actually been written and all. That was it. I'm gonna be back within what time is it right now? 12:17. I'll be back in 1 hour. I'll be back by 1 o'clock or something. Then we'll start learning about DevOps. Good afternoon, Nitin. Good to see you here. By the way, I was just about to say goodbye. So take care, and I'm gonna be catching up just after 1 hour. And I'm gonna be learning DevOps. Let's see how that's gonna be going on. Take care, and I'm gonna be catching up soon. Bye bye.